So we will continue with the simple, complex and compound sentences, so you can get a little more practice at transformation of sentences. Let me share my screen. You can see my screen, I think. Yeah. So let us read the first sentence here. He died in the village where he was born. As you can very well see, he died in the village here is the main clause. Where he was born is, I'd like a student actually to identify the sentence. Any one student?
Ma'am, it's a complex sentence
Can you explain how?
because the word was is
Huh?
actually a verb, and
Huh?
the where he was born cannot stand independently because where shows a place where he was, kind of. I don't know how
Right.
to explain it, but yeah.
Where shows that means he was. It is a subordinate clause.
Yes, it's an adverbial clause of place. It is a subordinate clause, and one main and one subordinate make it a complex sentence. Um, Change it into a simple sentence. Who can try that? Like you need to retain the main clause, and where he was born, which is a clause, you can either convert it into a phrase or just an adjective. Anyone would like to try?
He died in the village he was born.
But then was born is there, na? So the verb is still there and it still remains as a complex sentence.
Can I add a preposition in the end?
Like what? Give me an example.
He died in the village he was born in.
But our main issue is the verb has to be removed.
Okay.
Verb is was born. So if that is there and if you change everything else, it still remains a clause.
Ma'am, could I give it a try?
Hmm?
How about he died in his village? Because saying in his village in and of itself indicates that it is where he was born.
But you are omitting a piece of information. Like for example, I can be born at one place and then we could have shifted to another village. So how does it indicate that this is the village of my birth?
Hmm. Yeah, I got it.
Mm. Okay, I just give you a hint. You can convert this phrase. Sorry, you can convert this subordinate clause.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, can it be he died in his own village?
Own. Can you replace own with something else?
Own with?
Some other word.
Native.
Correct. Yes. He died in his native village. Good, very good.
Thank you.
All right.
Miss, you were
I
saying something, na? Convert the subordinate clause.
huh. That's what we did now. Now we
Yes.
converted the subordinate clause into an adjective, native. So I can write it down here as died in his native village. And now this is complex.
Simple.
Okay. Now, yeah, sorry. Actually, thank you. It is simple. How about the second sentence? I laughed at him. There are three sentences here. I laughed at him. He became angry. He swore to avenge the insult. Three sentences are here, and I want you to combine all the three sentences into one, making it a compound sentence. I laughed at him. He became angry. He swore to avenge the the insult.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Can it be when I laughed at him, he became angry and swore to avenge the insult?
Very good. That is the right answer. Yes, good. When I laughed at him, now this is compound. The boy was very clever and so he passed. Which type of a sentence is this? The boy was very clever and so he passed.
Miss, it's a simple sentence.
How can you explain that?
Miss, I don't think it's simple. I'm sorry. The boy was very clever is one main clause, and so he passed. He passed is also a verb. Passed is a verb to pass an exam. So I think it's a complex sentence. He passed can also be a main
If
past can be a subordinate clause.
just mute yourself.
I can't.
Okay, I'll just continue what you said. See, when you say that he passed is also a verb, you are very clearly indicating that it is a clause. And so is a conjunction, and a conjunction is here joining two main clauses. So
Yes.
the boy was very clever is the first main clause, he passed is the second main clause, and so is the conjunction.
It's
So
a
I'm
compound
going to
sentence.
I'm going to write here compound. I'd like you to convert it into a complex sentence. Okay, who can convert it into a complex sentence? The boy was very clever. Okay, if you can try converting it into a simple sentence, even that I'd like you to try. Let's try first the simple sentence. Any answer coming into your mind? Either an answer of a complex sentence or the transformation into a simple sentence. Anything that comes to your mind, you can try it.
Ma'am,
Miss,
can it
the
be?
boy passed as he was very clever.
Can I write as the boy was very clever, he passed? So I will also be maintaining the arrangement of the clauses.
Yes.
Yes? Yes, correct. Very good. As the boy was very clever, comma, passed. What has she done in this sentence? She has added as, which makes this clause dependent, and she has removed the conjunction and so, because of which the sentence was a compound sentence. So that's why it is now a complex sentence. Who can try making it simple? Yeah, a simple sentence. I'll give you a hint. Start it with a prepositional phrase. So you identify here that the main clause is he passed. So I suggest you retain the main clause as it is, because in a simple sentence, one main clause has to be there. And then as the boy was very clever, which is a subordinate clause, if you can convert it into a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a phrase that begins with a preposition. Or try removing the verb by using something like ing without an auxiliary verb. That also can make it into a phrase.
The very clever boy succeeded in passing.
The very clever boy succeeded in passing. Structurally, it is a simple sentence, but I'd like you to keep the word arrangement as much as possible closest to the given sentence. Structurally, your answer is fine, but we can have a better version, a slightly better version of the answer.
Ma'am, how about being very clever, the boy passed?
Yes, yes. Being very clever, or how about the boy being very clever, comma, he passed. Yes,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you. The boy being very clever, he passed. But I am going to keep your answer as well. Being very clever, the boy passed. Both are the correct answers. They are simple sentences. Those who are not answering me, you can also give it a try, or at least try doing it in your mind. And don't be hesitant. Even if your answer is wrong, it's totally fine. She was born in a small town. The town is near the river Tapti. She is the daughter of a rich zamindar. You can try any type of a sentence, either a simple or a complex or a compound. Whichever answer comes to your mind, give me the answer and tell me which type you have converted it into. I suggest you try it into a simple sentence, but if you have any other answer, you can please go ahead. Yeah, somebody was trying.
Yeah, a compound sentence. She
Okay.
was born in a small town that is near the river Tapti and is the daughter of a rich zamindar.
And she is the daughter of a rich zamindar. Yes, yes. So she was born in a small town is the first main clause, which is near the river Tapti is a subordinate clause, and she is the daughter of a rich zamindar. And she is the daughter of a rich zamindar is the second main clause. So when we have two main clauses and a subordinate clause, it becomes a compound sentence. And for a sentence to be compound, we need minimum just two main clauses, which are there. Right? Good. I'll type out your answer. which is near the river Tapti. And she is the daughter of a rich zamindar. And this is a compound sentence. Who can convert it into a simple? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, I wanted to convert it into a complex sentence, if I could have a go.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so she is the daughter of a rich zamindar who is born in a small town which is near the river Tapti.
Yes, great. She was born in a small town which is near the sorry,
No.
did you say?
Yeah, I said she is the daughter of a rich zamindar who was born in a small town near the river Tapti.
Perfect, perfect. Now, I'd like to make a small comment here, or a small addition here I would like to make. So, here it is a complex sentence because she is the daughter of a rich zamindar is the main clause. Who was born in a small town is a subordinate clause. Which is near the river Tapti is the second subordinate clause. And that's how it becomes a complex sentence, because in a complex sentence you have minimum one main clause and minimum one subordinate clause, and there can be more subordinate clauses as the case is in this sentence. If I write this sentence as she is the daughter of a rich zamindar who was born in a small town, and I omit the word which, and I omit the verb is also, and I just write who was born in a small village near the river Tapti, then near the river Tapti becomes a phrase, and even then it still is a complex sentence because one main, one subordinate clause and one phrase also make it complex. How about making it into a simple sentence? Yes, try it. Try to make it a simple sentence.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can it be she, the daughter of rich zamindar, was born in a small town near river Tapi?
Yes, but do we really need to include the word she, or can I simply write the daughter of a rich zamindar and continue with
yeah,
the
so it's
rest?
obvious.
It's obvious. She is obvious, right? Good.
Yes.
Very good. Your answer is right. So this is simple. He entered the bank and cashed the check. Which type is it?
Compound.
Great. Because very clearly two main clauses joined with the conjunction and. Convert it into a simple or a complex sentence, whichever answer comes to your mind.
Entering the bank, he cashed the check.
Yes, very good. Entering the bank. And which type of a sentence is it according to you?
Simple.
Yes, it's simple.
Ma'am, I guess we should add a preposition in the beginning to make it clearer.
Add
Either
it, tell me.
upon or on.
Sorry?
On, yeah, ma'am, we can
Either
on
upon
entering the
or
bank.
on.
Okay.
That will sound
Entering the bank or
yes, upon entering.
So I'll ask you another question. Does it mean to say that if you if you begin the sentence with entering the bank, is that wrong?
That isn't wrong, but it sounds a little grammatically wrong, I guess, because a compound sentence can be converted into a prepositional phrase very easily. So just for it to sound better.
How about the third sentence where you are beginning the word with being? You're beginning the simple sentence with being. That is also an ing word, and we don't have a preposition there. So even that is perfectly grammatically correct. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've messed up a little, like things are getting okay. So I'm going to write your answer. Entering. Look at this. Oh, what a mess. It's everything is getting colored. How do I stop that?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, up you have done it yellow. Where it is colored, no, just click on that.
Okay. And then still nothing happens.
No, ma'am, up in the bar.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me uncolor the whole thing. Oh my God. Thank God. Okay. Entering the bank, he cashed the check. You can even write it as on entering. I'm going to put that in brackets. That is also right. And this is a simple sentence. Next one, complex. Give it a try, complex.
Ma'am, can I try?
When he
Yes. Yes, any one of you?
Yes, so no sooner than entering the bank, he cashed the check.
That means he was in a hurry to cash the check, and that is still a simple sentence. No sooner did he.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, can I?
Oh,
When
but
he
that's
entered
not
the
a.
bank, when he entered the bank, he cashed the check.
Yes. Yes. That is right. So no sooner than. Still, though it is though it makes it a complex sentence, it changes the meaning a little bit. Why? Because no sooner indicates the urgency of the action, which
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not.
Okay, ma'am.
Because when
And
you use no sooner in the beginning, then you're supposed to use the word did.
Correct. I
Ma'am,
know.
since he entered the bank and cashed the check.
Since he entered the bank, he cashed the check means you're giving a reason. Come on, now that I've entered the bank, let me cash a check. But then you need to have a check for that, right? So since is used only when you're giving a reason.
As he entered the bank, he cashed the check.
Okay, that is also fine. As he entered the bank, as also has two meanings. As he entered, as signifies either a reason or a time. But the option which was given by another student, who is it who mentioned when he entered the bank?
It's me, Dhruti.
Dhruti says when, and I feel that gives the exact meaning of the sentence we have here, of the compound sentence, because it doesn't signify urgency, it doesn't signify reason, it is simply the as it is mentioned there. So I think that is the best option we have here, when he entered. All right, if you say after he entered the bank, even that is correct. Both are right. When he entered the bank, he cashed the check. And this is complex. If I write it as after he entered the bank, he cashed the check, even that is complex. Okay, let's now move on to sentence number 6. We left early so that we might get there in good time. Which type is it?
Compound, miss. Compound sentence.
We left there so
We left
that
early so that no, it is a complex sentence. So that complex
because
sentence.
that, the word that is making it dependent. You're right, it's complex. Convert it into the other types.
Miss, can I give it a try?
Yes, please.
To get there in good time, we left early.
Yeah. And which type is this?
Simple.
Yes, it is. How about in order to get there in good time? I can write that. Or
Yes,
to get
yes.
there in good time. Both are perfectly right. Fine. First I'll write your answer. I'll put that down. To get there in good time, we left early. So we left early is the main clause. I can even write in order to get there in good time. We left early, and both are simple. Who can give me the answer of a compound sentence?
Miss, can I try?
Yes.
So if we were to omit that and if we were just to say we left early so we might get there in good time, that will become compound.
But you're still using so that.
So if we were to omit that and just so remains, so we left there so we might get there in good time, doesn't that become compound?
We left early so we might. I don't think so. That still remains
It still
understood.
depends, right? So is still making it a dependent.
It's so still. I'd like to say
Can
here.
we replace?
Yeah.
Can we replace so that with because?
Then that is complex again. We left early because we might get there in good time?
Yeah.
No. Because we might get there. Might means signifies your want. No, but then the still the structure is complex. Try it into to make it a compound where you have two independent clauses.
Ma'am, to get there in good time, we to get there in good time, we should leave early.
No, but to get there in good time, we left early is a simple sentence and we already have written that. And we left early need not change to we should leave early, but left itself is a verb. We don't have to convert it into another verb. I would give you a hint here. If you reorder the sentence to bring the second part into the first part and the first as the second part, and then try introducing a verb in the first part of the sentence, then it will work. Would anybody like to give the answer or should I?
Ma'am, can it be we might get there in good time if we left early?
If also makes it a dependent clause.
Ma'am, to get there in good time, we left early.
That is simple.
Ma'am, I have an idea. So we might get there in good time. We left early.
No, you have rearranged it, but still the structure is the same.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
can it
you
be we
said
might get there in good time and so we left early?
Can you repeat your answer, please?
We might get there in good time and so we left early.
You are very close to the answer, but not at the answer.
Ma'am, as you said, might shows that you want that thing. So can it be we wanted to get there in good
Yes.
time and we
Yes.
left early?
And so, yeah, and that is the hint I was actually giving you. You caught it right. Yes.
Miss, can it start with since?
Give me the answer.
Since we wanted to get there in good time, we left early.
But then since is making it a dependent clause. We wanted to get there in good time. And so we left early. Now you have your compound sentence here. Good. I'm happy at the way you all are trying. A poet may be pardoned for reasoning ill, but he cannot be pardoned for describing ill. Which type of a sentence is it?
Compound.
Yes. Yes, it is compound with but as the conjunction. Try making it complex or simple.
A poet may be pardoned for reasoning ill, but cannot be pardoned for describing ill.
That is the compound sentence we have here. What are you going to try it to make it what? Complex or compound? What are you going to try? Yeah. Yes, somebody wants to try? If you
Ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am, can it be a poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning ill, but he cannot be pardoned if he describes ill?
But he cannot be pardoned already makes it a compound sentence. Whether or not you change for describing ill or if he describes ill, it is already compound because but is a conjunction and can be pardoned or cannot be pardoned is the verb. So the structure has not changed. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Use a word before a main clause that makes it dependent. Just add a
Ma'am, can it be
word.
Can it be poet may be pardoned for reasoning ill, but he won't be pardoned when he's describing ill?
No, it is still a compound sentence.
Ma'am, can I try?
Yes.
So, although a poet may be pardoned for reasoning ill, but not for describing ill.
Why but? Why but now? You have added though there. I mean, although there. You've already added there. So you don't need the conjunction here.
Yes, sorry. So, it'll be although a poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning it, not for describing it.
Yes, comma, he cannot be pardoned for describing ill, right? Now here I would like to say, you can either write here, though a poet, although a poet, or even though a poet may be easily pardoned. So yes, so I'll keep it like though a poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning ill, I'm going to omit but and write it as he cannot be pardoned for describing ill. And this is complex. By adding though, you have made the main clause a dependent clause. Try making it simple. Anybody like to try? This is going to take slightly longer. Yeah.
A poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning ill, not for describing ill.
Okay, I like that answer. It is right. A poet may easily be pardoned
for reasoning ill.
A poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning ill, not
for describing.
Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Not. 1 minute. Now just look at this. A poet may easily be pardoned for reasoning ill. One main clause. Not for describing ill, but not. So here the but is understood. But not for describing ill. It is not a simple sentence because not for describing ill.
Can I use it instead of ill?
Once again, be pardoned is the verb here. So it is a main clause. Not for, even if I use but not pardoned, but not be pardoned for describing ill is an understood verb here. It is an understood verb here. Yeah. And the but conjunction is also understood. So grammatically, no, I'm so sorry. This is not the correct answer.
Ma'am, we can change the verb into by adding a preposition on before the verb so that it becomes a phrase and we can maintain it as a simple sentence. So he won't be pardoned for, so we can replace the word for to on describing ill. So it becomes a phrase.
How does it become a phrase? Be pardoned is the verb there. You're not doing anything to the verb. It is still there. So if you change the other part of the sentence, it doesn't matter. The type still remains the same. It still remains complex. I'll give you a suggestion. Use a word along with being so that the verb is removed. Okay, I'm going to give you another hint. Convert be pardoned into something like being pardoned without an auxiliary verb. Okay, look at this answer. Despite being pardoned, despite being pardoned for reasoning ill, a poet cannot be pardoned for describing ill. Now, a poet cannot be pardoned for describing ill is the main clause. Despite being pardoned for reasoning ill is a phrase, because being pardoned, being does not have an auxiliary verb, and that's why it's not a verb. That's why it becomes a phrase there. So one main clause and one phrase makes it a simple sentence. Are you clear here? Yes? Did you understand the structure here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I took pity on him and gave him 10 rupees. Which type is this?
Compound.
Great. Convert it into the other two types.
Can I convert it into simple?
Yes.
So making it simple, we could say, taking pity on him, I gave him 10 rupees.
Yes. Good. Taking pity on him. Taking makes it a phrase because there's no auxiliary verb before taking, so that's not a verb. Now this is, I'm going to write it as a simple sentence. Try the complex version.
Being pity on him, I gave him 10 rupees.
No, being pity is not right. I'll give you a hint. Use a word that makes a clause dependent. Just one word before it, and you can try. There are only, yeah.
Since I took pity on him, I gave him 10 rupees.
Which is the word you use?
Since.
Since I took. Okay, you can either
Means
write
it can be
since or
as also, right?
as sounds slightly better. So I'm going to write it as I took pity on him, I gave him 10 rupees. And that's complex. As I took pity on him, comma, I gave him 10 rupees. And then I'm going to term it as complex. Last two sentences. The police arrived and the thief ran away. Which type is this?
Compound.
Yes. Please try converting now.
Ma'am,
I'd like to convert it.
Yes,
As
anyone?
the police arrived, comma, the thief ran away.
Can you repeat your answer?
As soon as the police arrived, comma,
Yeah.
the thief ran away.
The thief ran away. Which type is it? Which type? No, it's not simple.
No,
As soon as the police arrived. So the verb is there.
Complex.
And yeah, it's complex. And now you see here, now you see here, as soon as describes the urgency of the action. Because the thief is not going to run away as relaxedly as you would encash the check on entering the bank. Or you're not going to urgently encash the check as urgently as the thief is going to run away. So to describe the urgency, yes, this is very appropriate.
It's a complex sentence. Sorry.
It is, yeah. As soon as the police arrived. Good. Complex. Make it simple.
Ma'am, could it also be the thief ran away when the police arrived?
When also makes it a dependent clause, and that's why that is also a complex sentence. But when is not really the perfect option here, because as soon as indicates the urgency of the action of the thief running away, but the word when doesn't signify urgency.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can it be on the arrival of police, the thief ran away? Was simple.
On the arrival of the police, the thief ran away. Yes, it is simple. It is, you have converted it into a phrase, so that one main clause, the thief ran away, remains the same, and the first part you've converted into the phrase. All right. Yes. On the arrival. Did you say on the arrival of the police?
Yes, ma'am.
On the arrival of the police, the thief ran away. Correct. Yeah. Now this is simple. Let's try one last sentence. They worked. Okay, there are three sentences here. Just a second. They worked very hard. They were very tired. They could not eat their dinner. These are three different sentences. You can try three options. Either make it simple or complex or compound, whichever comes to your mind first.
Ma'am, ma'am, can it be they worked very hard, uh, so they were tired since they couldn't eat the dinner?
No, since they could not eat their dinner. Since signifies reason. So you can use since not here, not they could not eat their dinner, but you can use since somewhere else.
Ma'am, can I convert it into complex?
Yeah.
They worked hard due to which they were very tired.
Okay, they worked very hard due to which they were very tired.
And could not eat their dinner.
And so they could not eat their dinner.
Yes.
So it is a compound sentence.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I start the sentence?
Can I convert into?
Can I start the sentence with what?
A since or an as.
Please give me the answer.
As they worked very hard, they got very tired, and so they could not eat their dinner.
Also a compound
I
sentence.
have an idea for complex.
It can even
wait. Hold on. Before you try complex, we'll settle with the compound sentence, because I've got two answers for compound sentence. And I think there are still options coming for a compound sentence. Yeah.
It can even be since they worked hard, they were very tired, and so they couldn't eat their dinner.
Okay. So instead of since, you can even use as, and you can use since also. So I'm going to write here, as they worked hard, they were very tired and could not eat their.
Ma'am, can we use an and if we are already using a comma? Or as in if we are using an and, then I don't
Yes,
think
yes.
so we have to
Ari,
use
yes, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can use it. Now you can give me the answer for a complex sentence. Somebody was trying complex.
Yes, ma'am, that was me. So I wanted to say for complex, we could say since they worked very hard, not only were they very tired, but also could not eat their dinner.
Not only, but also.
Yeah.
Not only did I do this, but also do that. That makes it compound. Okay. Not only, but also works like a conjunction, making it compound.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can it be like this? After working very hard, they were very tired, so they could not eat their dinner.
But that's again compound. After working very hard is a phrase. They were very tired, first main clause, and they could not.
As they worked very hard, they were very.
Okay, as they worked very hard is a subordinate clause.
Yes.
They were very tired, main clause. Now what?
Due to which they could not eat their dinner.
Yeah, due to which. But then due to which they could not eat. Could not eat is a verb. That's why main clause. Two main clauses and one subordinate clause still makes it a compound sentence. Yeah.
Due to which ma'am, can it be
as they worked?
Ma'am, can it be as they worked? As they worked very hard, they were tired and missed their dinner.
They were tired, first main clause, and could not eat their dinner, second main clause. Two main clauses,
can it be-
compounds.
And missed their dinner.
Missed?
Yeah.
No, we don't know whether they missed. They could not eat signifies inability to eat, yeah, but no, I would not recommend that you convert it into missed.
Ma'am, can it
Yes.
be on being tired, they could not eat their dinner because they worked very hard?
On being tired,
They could not eat their dinner because they worked very hard.
I recommend that you keep tired and work hard together, and not being able to eat dinners, either before that or after that separately, but you put it in between these two.
Miss, on working very hard, they couldn't eat their dinner as they were very tired.
If I say having worked very hard, I'm slightly modifying your answer. Slightly. So having worked very hard, they could not eat their dinner as they were tired. As they were tired. As also means since they were tired. Having worked very hard, they could not eat their dinner as they were tired. So here having worked very hard is a phrase. They could not eat their dinner is the first main clause, is the main clause. As they were tired or since they were tired makes it a subordinate clause. So it is a complex sentence. So the student who tried an answer before this, I take back my recommendation that keep working hard and tired together and don't put eating the dinner in between. I take back that suggestion because it works well here to make it complex. How would you try making it simple?
Working hard, they were tired. So they
No, that's not a simple sentence. Still it is, yeah, two clauses are there. How about this? Having worked hard, they could not eat their dinner due to tiredness. So having worked hard is a phrase. They could not eat their dinner is the main clause. Due to tiredness is the second phrase. And two phrases with one main clause make it simple. Because in a simple sentence, you only need to have one main clause, which we have. And phrases are optional and we have two phrases here. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I am unsharing my screen here. And I'd like to ask you if there are any doubts, any questions related to these 10 sentences, you can tell me. Or if you're clear,